So if you've been following any of my YouTube stuff or any of the video creations that I've been doing, you might know that I made this weird cat clock. So it's a 3D print. I think it's fantastic, but the colors are pretty ugly. That was my fault. The eyes, honestly, I leave this in my craft room because it creeps the hell out of me. So I'm going to make a new one. Here are all the pieces that I printed off. I'm going to assemble it and show you how it goes together. So in addition to the things that I've 3D printed, this project requires a few things. A motor, that's what makes the eyes and tails move. A clock mechanism, I think probably any would work, but Bamboo Lab makes one, and because the print was specifically designed around this, I didn't want to mess around. Also need some bearings, a couple of different screw sizes, some washers, some rubber gaskets, and then some additional screws. It looks more daunting than it is. Once you actually see how it starts to go together, it's not nearly as scary as it looks. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble the head. There's actually these little holes where the eyes slide into. I did a few things in advance of this video so that you didn't have to sit through it, which was glue the eyeballs together, glue the mouth and nose on, glue the hands and feet on, and then there was a washer I had to glue and a metal dowel. So we're just going to assemble the eyepiece at this point, which is just the eyes. Then we attach this little piece here. There's holes for where the eyeballs actually go in. And then this piece comes down. So the eyes are now screwed in and attached, and you can see that they move. So when you get the pieces all attached, the eyes will move left and right in correspondence with the tail. Next, we're going to attach the head to the body, which is just a screw that goes in there. Next up, we're going to attach the faceplate to the, I guess, the place that holds the clock mechanism. There actually isn't a way to secure this with a screw. You just use the mechanisms from the clock assembly itself. If you're wondering why I have a couple of other faces, it's because 3D printing is not an exact science. I tried a couple ironing settings and I wasn't happy, so it took 3 tries to get it right. In this case, I'm just going to hand tighten it. The bolt that goes on from the clock face is just what holds the front of this clock on. And I know it works because I already made one. Next up is the motor assembly. Again, Bamboo Studios carries these. Amazon carries them, but that's not the right motor. It's supposed to be a, I don't know, whatever this one is, one piece, 59 RPM. I guess it has to do with the RPM. It spins too fast or something. So from here, we actually have to use a couple of screws and then a couple of rubber gaskets on the back. In case you're wondering what this is the motor that makes the eyes and the tail move. We have to put 2 screws here and here. Next is this little tiny piece here, which is just a spot to keep the cable fixed to the side of the clock. So next is the assembly of the piece that actually makes the eyes and the tail move. Here's the tail, it just attaches up. But it's just this long black pendulum. So we have to install a bearing here. This just comes up over the 2 eyes, and then we have this attaches to the motor, which is just basically a wheel that spins. The white spot that you see there, I use Gorilla Glue Precision Tip, but an important note, if you get glue anywhere on your piece, it's going to show like this. But because of the fact that this is hidden in behind the clock, it doesn't bother me. So we're just about ready to plug it in and test it. I just want to make sure that the motor is working properly and I didn't overly tighten the screw. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to put on for a collar. I still need to print a bow to go with this. If you see the difference in discoloration, I printed it right after I did a black print and had some color bleed. So I printed it a second time, but I'm fussy that way. It happened on the eyeballs too, but I don't care as much because the piece that got the black into it is sort of hidden in behind the clock itself. So moment of truth. It's working. As long as the eyes are working, we know the tail will. They just clip up in behind. So I'm just going to finish with a couple of last things, install the collar, and install the back plates. So the last couple of steps, I just need to install the back plates. I need to install the collar. I think I've decided I am going to go with the collar and the bow, install the tail, and then hook it up. I also need to install the battery for the clock before I put the back plate on as well. I'll install the battery, set the proper time, and then install the back plate. So just to give credit to the designer, I didn't design this cat clock. I just printed it off and assembled it. Their YouTube instructions are wonderful, as are the printed instructions on how to put it together. It was, I think, 19 build plates. I got a little bit intimidated and then just said, what the hell, I'm going to try it. I think it's one of the coolest designs in makerworld. So if you like 3D printing and you like tinkering with things, I think that this is a really fun one to try. Anyway, hope you like this.